Shalom. Before I begin, I want to give all praises to Yahweh. Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kakadash. And double honors to the apostles and others great millstone. Shalom to the Akim teaching his word. Throughout the four corners in true sincerity. I'm back with another lesson. Through the spirit prayer, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and Lord willing, it be edifying. Alright. Unto the elect. The topic of this lesson, is going into, or I'm going into is, all right, the time is short. All right, Esau's kingdom is numbered. Okay, how do we know this? Because of the signs that were said are going to happen in the last days from, all right, the Son of God, which his name is not Jesus, it's Yahweh Shai, which means he saves or he delivers, and the true name of God, all right, his name is Yahweh, which means he is or he exists. So in these last days, there'll be specific signs that we were to look for to know that we are at the end, or to know that Yahweh Shai, right, again, which is his true name, and that's the Son of God, that he's about to make a return. All right, this is Matthew 24:3. It says, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" Because the same way how they sought the second return of Yahweh Shai, we see the second return of Yahweh Shai as well. Lord willing, all right, we were one of those men that were following Yahweh Shai in those times. All right, but as the disciples we were in the same status of seeking the kingdom. All right, the true men of the Lord, they're going to seek the kingdom. All right, that may be another topic in itself. The true men of Yahweh Shai are going to want the kingdom. They're not going to want to stay here in America, because they're supposed to be a righteous rulership. 2 Peter 3 and 12, it says, "Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat." So, all right, let's break this precept down. The first part talking about hasting. What does that mean? Looking for a hasting. All right. It says in the NLT, looking forward to the day of the Most High and hurrying it along. All right. The word hasting means to make haste, to desire earnestly. So we desire earnestly, all right, the kingdom, the day of the Lord, the day of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And it says, where the elements shall melt with fervent heat. All right, what is that talking about? What is going to cause something to melt? It has to be some extreme heat, right? Some extreme fire. And that extreme fire is going to come from the nukes that these different nations possess. All right, that is what I'm looking for. That's what it's gonna be. Salahi. That's what the day of the Lord is gonna contain. All right, immense heat. Okay, because we're talking about the destruction. Okay, when the Lord returns, he will destroy Esau's kingdom. All right, he will save the elect as well, but all he focus on the destruction part. He's gonna destroy this kingdom, Esau, Edom's empire, namely America, and also his rulership and his power throughout the four corners of the earth. But that main destruction, where the elements is gonna melt with fervent, he's gonna be here in America with 200 million warheads. All right, and it says, "Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness." All right, the same thing. That's why the disciples asked Yahweh Shai, when are you gonna return? All right, when are you gonna come again? Right? Because they desire what? They desire a new heaven and a new earth, a new rulership that's going to be ruled in righteousness. All right, but Matthew 24:4, and Yahweh shall answer and said unto them, "Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many." There's going to be many false, saviors, many false prophets. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So, again, another sign, wars, rumors of wars, right? We just had the situation with Trump. It was with Slovakia, with Israel, all right, Ukraine, all right. You have wars and rumors of wars constantly between Russia and America, all right. Iran, all right. Those are a sign of what's to happen in the future, because World War III is coming. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And don't we see nation rising against nation? Don't we see famines in different parts of the earth? Don't we see pestilences? We just had one 2020 with the C-19. Okay, and don't we see earthquakes in diverse places? All right, you download the earthquake app. It's earthquakes happening constantly, happening so much so they're not being reported on the news anymore because they're so normal. All right, but that is also a sign that the time is getting short. And as you see these things, it says all these are the beginning of sorrow. So as you see these things, is going to increase. All right, you're going to see more wars and rumors of wars. You're going to see more. All right, we're going to see more pestilences. Okay, we're going to see more earthquakes in diverse places to tell us that, it's almost time for us to get the fuck out of our captivity. All right, this is Romans 13 or 11. And that knowing the time. So you have to know what time you're in, Jake. All right? Because without knowing the time, you won't know how to, behave, or you won't know how to conduct yourself. All right? We're in a time of, war. We're in a time of people about to mourn. We're in a time of Yahushua's return. All right? We're at it's a very high time. Like it says, that now is a high time to wake out of sleep. For now is our salvation near than when we believe. So this, was written, years ago, all right? This was said, years ago, right? And now how much more in these times, in the times that we live in, witnessing and seeing the fall of this devil's kingdom systematically, economically, spiritually, right? It's failing, all right? The city of confusion is, and I say that because Babylon is a city of confusion. Right, this city of confusion is through. The mirth is gone. People are not, as happy at it as they once were. Okay, they're not celebrating their holidays as they once were. They're not. The music, the quality of the music is getting horrible. All right, the countenance of the people is getting more worse. Wickedness is increasing. All that is a sign. Okay. That this shit about to go down. All right. And Esau, Edom, he thinks that he can prolong, all right, his kingdom. He thinks that he can try to fight the Lord and defeat the Lord and continue to fulfill his no world order. But that is not, all right, scriptural. Okay. I want to get, let me go search it up. Daniel 5 and 24. I'm sorry, 25. It says, and this is the writing that was written many tekel of Hazin. This is interpretation of the thing. Many, the most has numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Tekel, that are weighed in the balance and found wanting. Perez, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Persians. I said this was symbolic in that time of a transition of power. But this can also be used now. All right, that Esau's kingdom is numbered. All right, that this kingdom has an expiration date. All right, this is Job 14 and 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. That has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So, and Esau, again, thinking that his kingdom can continue, this place has a certain date and time where it will fall. Okay? And we know that. That's why we seek in the kingdom. Because in the kingdom, our rulership is going to be, eternal forever. All right? We're never gonna have we're never gonna have, you know, a season of where, all right, our kingdom falls and then we go into captivity and then we start ruling again. No, that's not gonna happen. But this kingdom, all right, this is our last captivity. All right, this is Esau's last hoorah. All right, till this shit goes down the drain. It's even going down the drain now. All right, it's getting harder to live. All right, people are working more than 1 to 2, even 3 jobs. You know, working every day, still trying to make ends meet. You got even Edomites complaining. All right, and this is their kingdom. They the one with the richest. They complaining. All right, the credit card debt is at the trillions. All right, symbolizing what? An end of an age. All right, this is Revelation 12. 12, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devils come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know that he had but a short time. So this is how we coming into when Esau rolls down on us. All right, when he does, because he's gonna know that this shit is short, and that's why you see him moving sloppy now. All right. How does he know he has a short time? Because he see us out on the highways and byways teaching the word. You know, calling ourselves Israelites, calling upon the name Yahweh Shem Shah. He thought this will never happen, but it's happening. Believe it. All right, it's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah move within the earth. All right, you can never, all right, upset prophecy. You can never stop the will of the Lord. The only reason the Lord lets you rule this long is because He lets you, right? But it was only for a season, okay? With that alone is let's at the following give our praises to Yahweh Bashim Al Shai Bashim Kakwadash and double honors to the apostles and others being millstone and shalom that I can teaching throughout the 4 corners and to sincerity.